On this week's episode of Marketing O'Clock,
OpenAI says Sora E to all the Sora fans.
'Tis the seasons. PMax now has seasonal themed asset groups.
and Apple is finally putting ads on the map.
All on today's show.
Welcome, you are listening to Marketing O'Clock. Just stay tuned. Digital marketing news, but let's get specific. Digital ads, SEO and analytics, social media and more. Pretty much everything that'll make your website perform. With new shows every Monday. We give you the news with sass and puns and definitely hot takes. Thank you for tuning in. You know what time it is. It's officially Marketing O'Clock. Settle in, sit back, keep it locked.
Hey there, I'm Christine Zernheld.
AKA Shep.
I'm Lexi Bernicki,
And I'm Greg Finn.
and it's officially Marketing O'Clock.
Here on March 30th, 2026. We are thrilled to be joined by Lexi.
Hi, guys. I'm so excited to be here. This is like a full circle moment for me.
I am so excited.
It's crazy.
Lexi is already a famous podcast host.
You might know me from my previous work
our
on Yapping
sister podcast, Yapping O'Clock,
Mhm.
because Greg has built a team here. There's a podcast studio in the Rochester office. We record this in Buffalo.
Not.
Greg moved out of his office to build a podcast studio.
Yes.
The only podcast that has been recorded in said office is an excellent internal resource here at Cypress North. It's called Yapping O'Clock, hosted by Callie and Lexi.
Yeah, and it really is like what's happening in the Rochester office. They have somehow a ton of sponsors that are all made up, and they have no clue how to use microphones, which is just phenomenal. But I know I referenced it a couple weeks ago. It is the wildest thing ever, and Lexi was up for a lacrosse game to go watch that, and I'm like, yeah, have her on Marketing O'Clock.
Mm-hmm.
But Lexi, Yapping O'Clock, what's the thought process behind it?
What's the goal?
So truthfully, it started as just, I think it's like in our description of just two girls who love to yap. We just love talking. It actually originated from Maggie in our Rochester office. She was out for a week and we were like, we need to provide updates for her. So it started as that, but then we obviously wanted to incorporate some of the wonderful work we've seen here on Marketing O'Clock. So we have little segments that are actually spinoffs. So Working Hard or Hardly Working on Yapping O'Clock is Clock It or Cut It. So we have little spinoffs like that. And
I
we
didn't
just love
realize that was
Mhm.
inspired by your sister podcast.
Yes, of course. That's where we got it from because we were trying to incorporate it. Sponsor of the week, that obviously was originated here.
Okay. Is Clock It a Gen Z term that people are using, or is it inspired by our show?
It is a Gen Z term. To clock it is, I don't know where it started. I think it started on Love Island, actually.
I learned all my Gen Z lingo from Lexi. I'm sure today will be an education.
Yes, and I actually dress Gen Z. How did I do today?
Where, do you have your chain on?
What's
do have my chain
different?
Okay.
I have a baggy shirt, baggy jeans.
Those are the same jeans you always wear.
No, these are not. These are Gen. Did I do a good job of Gen Z dress?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I usually wear tight. Like my jeans are too tight. I'm way behind the times of jeans.
Yeah.
Like, what
I
do
like
people wear?
flowy jeans.
I have to buy new jeans. Like, do I just buy like tent jeans?
Tent?
Like barrel jeans? Like, what do I buy? What's in style?
I think it's worse to try.
Whatever feels right. Dress to impress yourself, no one else.
We need a shirt. I think it's worse to try. That we need that shirt.
Just wear your pajamas like me.
Okay. Well, today's show is brought to you by our phenomenal data and analytics team. We have a killer group of people that help to not just show you data, but uncover insights, find the gems in all the numbers to help you get better. And this is something that we've really sort of like pivoted into here at Cypress North. And I just have to say that there is out of the box reporting for clients, and then there's like, hey, we're building a structure. This isn't even a box. This is a foundation. And our data team is phenomenal here. We've got 4 people now that are full-time on the data side. We've got some other people that, are on the marketing side to do reporting and things like that. But it has just been a game changer for us and for our clients, and a big shout out to our data team. It just makes everybody's life easier to be able to uncover those insights. All right, Shep, what do we have in the main news today?
First up in the news here, Google Ads announced new Performance Max steering and reporting updates coming in 2026. So I think the most exciting part of this, and this is broken down by Thomas Etchell on his LinkedIn page, is a new budget report that he saw in his account last week. This shows you your monthly spending limit. So it's your daily budget times the 30.4, which is so helpful because they should just show you that as a column in the ad platform if you want to.
I agree.
You could make a custom column. Actually, I should make one after
We
this.
have custom columns.
But at least it's somewhere said by Google. You can now see your monthly spending limit, and it'll, I'm assuming, change if you change your budget. There's also a monthly forecast, so what Google actually expects that you will spend, and a daily cost versus daily budget. So how your daily budget really gets consumed day by day. Again, that's something we always had to make custom columns for in the past. Now there's going to be this handy dandy budget report. So I love that.
Can I say something?
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate this. I appreciate all the changes coming to PMax. I just did a webinar for the PSA last week talking about how much I loved all the changes. Does this have to be a PMax only thing? Can we just have a budget report?
That's a great point.
Right.
A
We just have-
column.
Yeah,
For
just
your
give,
monthly
How is there
spending
not?
limit.
Just
Yeah.
how is that?
roll it out to everybody, to everything. Shopping, search, demand gen.
They just want everyone to use PMax. They also mention audience exclusions in this article, which we've already talked about, or they're calling them data exclusions for PMax, but it's audience exclusions.
Yes, this
You
was
can-
spotted like
yes.
months ago by our very own Callie Kessler, also co-host of the Yapping Clock podcast.
Shout out, Callie. They also mention full audience reporting. So new upgrades will provide detailed performance breakdowns for different audience demographics and segments, including age range and gender. Again, love any data we can get from what was formerly a complete black box. So I love that. And network segmentation is going to be available in placement reporting. So you can segment that placement report by all the individual networks that are available to you in PMax. What else is happening, Greg?
Pour one out. Should I pour this coffee right on our rug here?
No, it's a nice
R.I.P.
rug. Didn't you
R.I.P.
spill coffee on this rug the first day?
Yeah, day
Okay.
one.
Oh,
R.I.P. to Sora. We hardly knew ye. Like, OpenAI just came out with Sora. I feel like it was very end of 2025.
yeah.
Maybe like fall 2025. An amazing app. A weird app, a goofy app. Amazing app, Shep. Why did you just roll your eyes?
You used it for a couple days in the beginning and then everyone stopped.
Did you put your face in a Sora?
No,
It was amazing.
nor would I ever. Did you?
Not that I know.
Anyway, Sora is the AI video creation platform that OpenAI launched and had phenomenal traction when it first came out. We've got a chart that'll be up on screen right now talking about how it did drop off. At one point, the saturation of all video generation traffic was about 50% from Sora. That kind of dropped down now to about 20%. It really seems like the biggest winner here has been Grok Imagine. I can't tell you the last time. Like, Grok Imagine? How do you even use that?
I don't want to. All of the videos from AI just make me feel like I'm on drugs.
But this one was funny because you could allow yourself to be, like, Mark Cuban allowed himself to be used, and people would be like, make me pitching Mark Cuban in Shark Tank for my extra calf coffee or something like that. And then you'd pitch it and do all that stuff. But they're pivoting, they're moving towards tools, they're trying to take that Claude route. And honestly, this is an absolute disaster. The fact, A, that they can make something so cool, get so much traction, and then just have it go away is insanity. Like, Instagram was purchased by Facebook back in the day for like $1 billion. How do you build a social network and not have it be used and just like go away? They never got into Android. They never got into anything else, which was like I think a fatal flaw. But the biggest flaw in the entire Sora experiment is because of Sam Altman and his hatred for ads. Could you imagine the opportunities of how much money you could make on Sora? A, with ads that are run. B, with like characters from ads that you can do. Guess what? I've got Ronald McDonald. I put in all these safety guidelines so he can't go kill anybody or something like that, right? You can't do that anyway on Sora.
But who would agree to that? Like,
why wouldn't you do that? And you're like, hey, it's Ronald McDonald. Make Ronald McDonald do a cartwheel. And guess what? You're in front of more people. Guess what? It's Mr. Clean, and he's cleaning my car. All these, there are so many opportunities for ads outside of just video. And Sam Altman is just so anti-ads. He's like Elon Musk. And they're like, oh, nobody needs ads. It's like, you do need ads. You absolutely do. And I think that is the downfall. They look at this thing as like, there should be advertising.
I would just never trust the brand safety guidelines if I was
But
Mr.
then just
Clean,
run video
especially.
ads. All right, you can have just horizontal, vertical video ads. That's fine.
Great.
Mhm.
But I still think that would be cool to do.
I like to think he just shut it down because he knew it was creepy.
It was
A
awesome.
little bit.
I am going to miss Sora. I would make Barry Schwartz do like Irish jigs and stuff like that. It was so fun.
It was too much. That's not what Barry Schwartz does.
Oh, all he does is jig around. All right. So RIP Sora. Alexi, what do you have in the main news today?
So new in Google Ads, really excited about this one. Performance Max is now having asset group themes. So the goal of this is so you can launch seasonal campaigns faster without the hassle of having to build new ones. So this can be used for different holiday themes when you're running promotions. We have a client, they do Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas, all the things. So the idea of this is you can take an asset group, clone it, and then instantly apply that holiday theme to it. So an important note is that this is just a starting point. You still need to review and refine, check all of your asset groups. I hope people are doing that anyway. Bia Camargo, you should follow her on LinkedIn, called this out. And she did say that it uses your existing images as the base and adds themed backgrounds to them. It does not replace your videos, and it keeps most of your original headlines and then typically updates a few to match the theme. I'm personally excited to see how this goes with our client, who huge Black Friday, Cyber Monday people. Really excited to see what comes of this.
Mother's Day is coming up.
That's true.
I think it's cool. Maybe you have like a product photo or something that like was really good and like worked well for you on Christmas.
Mhm.
And then maybe like you can resurrect it for Easter.
Yes.
Roll,
Oh my gosh.
roll the stone away.
He is risen. Amen. So there are many available themes for this, as mentioned, those holidays. So Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Mother's Day is coming up. You can also advertise for the different seasons. So we're transitioning into summer and spring, hopefully, and different celebrations. So if you have a sale, promotion, anniversary for your company, this would be a great tool to utilize.
Love that. And hopefully we'll love this. Apple announced Apple Business this week. Things like this, I'm just like, why is Apple so behind?
Yeah, I mean, they don't need it.
They're doing okay.
So Apple Business is here. It includes built-in device management. So if you use this for your business, your team could have like all of their phones linked up and you can control the apps and the settings and all of those things. There is business email and calendar services with custom domain support to equip your team members with essential apps and tools and get supports from experts. Customers can set up business email, calendar, and directory services with their domain name. Apple Mail, I don't think anyone wants to use that for their business. That's like...
I don't even have the app on my phone. I just have Google.
Are you guys judgy about like we're like a Google organization? And I like find out companies use Teams and I'm like,
Don't enjoy it.
Yeah, I
use
mean, it's
Microsoft Office?
On
Microsoft
purpose?
Office.
Yikes. Ban it.
I just had to run upstairs to download an Office XLSX.
Yeah, like you have to have Word on your computer. I get it, but
do you though?
Outlook?
In 2026.
Outlook?
I don't have
No.
Word.
I just like whoever made Teams, they just did not think about chat whatsoever. It's such a bad experience.
Yeah.
Comparative to Slack.
And like stop trying to get me to make a passkey. I'm not interested.
Remember this computer for the next time? Yes, no? That is maybe the biggest time waster.
They're just laughing at
It's
you.
also so it's gaslighting me because I'm like, yep, remember me. And the next time it's like, whoa, who's this? And what is she doing here? Like,
It's just you hit that button, like remember and
Mhm.
submit it, and there's just like a laugh track that plays.
There
out
has
or
to
something.
be. Yes.
Somebody did it again.
we got him.
I don't think Apple Mail is going to be a great like business email solution, but it's available with Apple Business. They say they're going to help millions of companies grow their reach and connect with local customers across Maps, Mail, Wallet, Siri. Let's not even go there. And more. Here's the big part, including a new option coming this summer that will enable businesses in the US and Canada to place local ads in Maps during key search and discovery moments right in time for road trip season.
This is smart.
Ads are coming to Apple Maps.
In the example, they said if you're like bidding on the word coffee or you sell coffee, you'll be the top result. And I think that's huge. And also, I believe makes it out to, I would assume if you're using Apple Maps in your car, hit that little button and like coffee, make it through. I think this is super smart. I know their advertising isn't the most fine-tuned, but this is one that you would think should make them a lot of money. And one thing that you made me think of when you said Apple Mail, Lexi, what on earth is the fruit AI stories? Because I feel like Apple Mail could have been somebody that was like super mean to Water Molina at some point. And that's all that has happened in the roster office.
I
We
don't
talk
know about this.
It's AI
don't.
fruit. It's like a soap opera.
Yeah, some of them, I will be honest, I have fallen victim to watching some of them only on Callie's screen, obviously, but basically they're AI fruit and they just do different things. So yeah, Callie's obsessed with Water Molina, but the one that's trending right now is AI fruit Love Island. So it's Love Island, but they're all different fruit.
Mm.
And there's something, I could have lived my whole life and never met any of them and been totally fine, but unfortunately,
Are the kids watching this on TikTok? Or-
Yeah.
TikTok,
Okay.
probably Reels.
Is that considered brain rot?
100%.
It has to be.
100%.
It has to be. But when I suggested to Callie one time, I was like, oh, you're watching like your Italian brain rot. She was like, it's not brain rot. It's fruit AI. I was like, I beg my own pardon. Like, I'm so sorry. But yeah, I don't know how Water Molina would feel about this.
Water Molina, I feel like wouldn't get along well with Apple Mail.
We showed people at the Rochester office and they were like, I wish I had never seen this. And I was like, same.
I
But
promise you that if you watch Fruit AI, you will never get that time back.
no,
in your
you'll
life.
never be the same and not in a fun way.
And something that may be tough for you is, depending on how good or bad you are some of the new updates that are here from Google. So as of Friday, March 27th, there is a new Google March 2026 core update. It is the first core update of the year. Some quick facts, according to Barry Schwartz over at Search Engine Roundtable. It'll take about 2 weeks to roll out. It's going to look at all different types of content. It's not a penalty. It promotes or rewards great web pages, great content. Global, so it's going to impact all regions, all languages, and is a normal core update, updating some of the core systems. Also, we had a spam update that was announced on March 24th of last week and completed within 19 and a half hours. The fastest update we've ever had.
I'm shocked.
And there's a little tweet here. I think the thought process was to take like 3 days to roll out. But on March 24th, they say, we released a spam update. And then March 25th at 10:41 a.m., they said this was completed. So the world's fastest update
I
there.
love the
Truly a
efficiency.
record? Or
Truly a record, according to Barry Schwartz, who is the historian of all this.
Wow.
So,
what
but
time-
the core update will be
Thank you,
longer.
Grateful Blast.
And spam updates are those that are penalizing spammy stuff.
And now for this week's
Cool tool.
As a reminder, our Cool Tool segment is not an official endorsement or paid mention. We're simply sharing something we found in our travels that may be of use to our listeners and is really, really cool.
This week's cool tool is taking over the nation for public relations.
Whoop, whoop.
Do you think Jess would be proud of that?
Yes.
Yes, I really tried hard. So, Aleda Solis and Dave Pires have co-founded Finchling, which is a news monitoring tool that finds PR story opportunities for your company before your competitors do. So this is really helpful. Instead of having to constantly be online and monitoring news stories for your company or your clients, Finchling works by scanning the news for any relevant stories for your brand and tells you how or why you should be interested in it. This tool is different from other news monitoring tools because it doesn't just rely on your company's keywords you may provide. It really dives into the news and evaluates if something could be useful to your brand. It is a paid tool, but if you're not sure, you can try a 7-day trial for just $1. Even I can afford that. If I sacrifice one Starbucks, easy.
That's a big sacrifice for you, though.
That would be really hard. But this is such a cool tool. I might do it.
Now it's time for this week's Take of the Week. This is a #fire digital marketing take with extra spice served up for you. We simply deliver the take for your consumption. We give no opinions. We don't influence. You make the call.
This week's Take of the Week comes from Kirk Williams, and it's the Drake meme where Drake's going like this, and then you see something else and Drake's going like this. Do you know what Drake is, Lexi, or are you like too Gen Z for Drake? I feel like Drake is not Gen Z.
The disrespect. Yes, I know who
He
Drake is. This is giving... When one of our coworkers asked me the other week if I was alive when something came out, it came out 15 years ago. Yes, I was alive. So yes, I know who Drake is.
She knows like old time singers, you know?
Drake. Anyway, Kirk Williams has the Drake meme, and he said before this to preface, he says, when someone runs an audit of your Google Ads account from Claude and sends it to you for review, then the official name of that is CLAUDIT. And look, I don't make the rules. And it's Drake pushing away an audit by Claude. And then Drake feeling good for a Claudit.
I love it.
Claude.
I feel like image number 2 of the Drake meme is like when Lexi and her little friends go like this.
Oh, yeah, they
The
pinch.
the pinch.
It
Is that the
yes. Yeah, it's like, like that's the same feeling it gives where it's like,
Okay.
yes, precisely.
Now it's time for this week's Pew Pew Lightning Round. At this point in the show, we split up our content into 3 parts: paid, organic, and social.
This week's episode is brought to you by the Cypress North Data Team. They are magicians.
Truly.
They are so amazing. There is no problem that they can't solve. If you didn't know, we have a data team that has grown organically out of our marketing team. They are 4 people strong now, and they're wizards. There's no problem they can't solve. I'm like, lead gen, tracking, can we optimize for, people in financial services who have been approved for a loan and optimize for higher requested loan amounts? They're like, sure, no problem.
Easy.
We'll figure it out. Like, they do everything from just building dashboards in Looker Studio to troubleshooting these very intense problems and making our lives so much easier. So let them make your lives so much easier. CypressNorth.com. Reach out to Jess, jbud at CypressNorth.com, and work with our data team today. First up in the paid universe this week, Pinterest is getting into its own version of boosted post. They're calling them Promote Pins. This one should be called a boosted bow. That is the biggest bow I've ever seen.
That's huge.
And I'm a girl mom with some big bows. But I love it. I'd wear the heck out of that bow.
Yes, you
That
definitely
bow
would pull
is too
that off.
big.
No, what
Too
are you
big.
talking about?
I'm curious. I would like to see a front angle of it, of like what it looks like with her face and then the bows just sticking out the side.
That's like
But-
the value proposition. You can't see a bow if it's just in the back.
That's
but with
true.
this, it's like wings coming out from either end. It matches her dress. Please check us out on YouTube. You need to see this bow with your own eyes. Next up here, getting into, I think everything else here today is Google Ads news. VEO is now available globally in Asset Studio within Google Ads. It is the most advanced generative video model, and they are very excited about this, the Google Ads team. You can upload up to 3 images, and VEO generates unique videos up to 10 seconds long with natural motion. These can be quickly turned into ready-to-serve ads using customizable templates combined with Nano Banana. Advertisers can also adapt creatives, swap backgrounds, and tailor messaging to specific audience interest. So again, I love anything like this as long as you can see it and approve it, and it's not just doing it without your consent, but it sounds good, fun to play around with. Nikki Coleman was playing around with it, and she noticed a new feature that lets you turn uploaded images into animated clips within PMax. So you can upload one image, couple images, and it'll animate them. Who needs Sora?
I know this is a 10-second
crazy.
video. Like, hey, weird. You can actually make it do things.
Okay, we've got some Anthony Higman news. He's upset. You met Anthony and Higman in person. He's lovely in person.
Yeah.
He's a great guy, but then he's just a keyboard warrior.
Oh,
And
wow.
he's sweating on the keyboard. He's mad.
Sweating on the keyboard.
But then
Do you hear? It keeps getting worse.
when you meet him in person, he's so nice.
No, he's like a charming man.
He's got the most infectious laugh.
Oh.
I would say we were up. You weren't. It was me and Jill. We were up in his penthouse room.
Yeah.
You get a couple of pops in him, and he will just go off all night about Google Ads.
Oh, so he was mad then?
Well, just about Google Ads. He turned into his Twitter personality, where he's like, in this, and I'm like, yeah.
Like an alter ego.
Yeah, one thing about me, I know when it's time to go to bed.
Mm.
And that's what I did that night.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So he is giving us an update on what he calls a trash thing on Google Ads. I think we already reported that on this, where they are showing organic visits on an ad. He says they're organic visits. So there's like a little gray text under the ad that says how many visits they've had to the site that month. He says they're 1,000% going to roll it out. Again, that's just Anthony's word. No official word there. He also noticed that he's seeing a bunch of ad placements and they all have the exact same number of visits.
That's suspicious.
They all say 10,000 plus visits this month. So he's very suspicious
Yeah.
that it's false.
I wonder if it's like that and then you don't change it until it's like this first one that says like 1 million plus. So it's like
Right.
any range in between there, they're just like more than 10K, which I guess it's not a lie, but
Either way, he's mad. He's got conspiracy theories that this means they're bringing organic into paid. Ginny's in the comments disagreeing. He doesn't like it. So you guys can ask him about it at SMX. Glenn Gabe spotted sponsored stores in AI mode for the first time. He says he performed a search and clicked on a product in the answer within AI mode, and e-commerce information was populated in the right sidebar. But when scrolling through the information, then he comes across this sponsored stores. So I guess a new ad format.
Lexi, you're a shopping gal, right?
I'd like to think so, yes.
Do you hate this ad type as much as I do?
What do you hate about
So-
it?
I hate the fact that look at the example on the screen. And I talked about it on It's New this week as well. This is for a single product. It's a product that Gap sells with Gap Fit technology.
Mm-hmm.
There's only one store that sells this product. The way that Merchant Center works, you have a product come through. You can have products that are like common products, right? Where multiple people have the same thing. I'm going to go buy Bose earphones. I can go to Best Buy. I can go to Circuit City. I can go wherever, right? In this case, there's only one pair of pants from Gap.
You could probably get the same ones at Old Navy for half the price.
You cannot, because they cannot be called Gap in the manufacturer name in Merchant Center. There is only one store that can sell Gap pants that I'm aware of. Why on earth would you advertise this sponsored store on the product? It's right underneath for free.
Right.
Why would I make somebody get the click and pay? It's the same price, the same brand. One is just a paid click and one isn't. And I feel like Google thinks this is like the sickest thing ever. And they're like, oh, this is so great. Nobody really wants this. There's nothing wrong with like shopping ads. And when you have this, you are essentially distilled down to like your reviews, your name, and then your price. And that's it. That's all you have with this. Like, why would I try to outsell a Canon if I don't have the best price, right? Like, I think that's the thing that bugs me with it is you don't have any creative on it. You're in the product. AI mode recommended this product, and all you can do is move up above other people. But consumers are smarter than that. They're going to look and be like, your price is higher. I'm not going to go that way. I don't know. I like product ads and things like that, and just getting them to your website.
I guess. Especially if it's for GapFlex. It's just a branded search. And
Also, GapFlex is awesome. Do you have any GapFlex?
no.
It's nice. You could like throw a hitch kick like right in jeans.
Oh, it's jeans.
Yeah, it's like flex technology.
GapFlex.
Google also appears to be testing a new first order label within shopping ads, highlighting discounted prices specifically for new customers. The first order discount is my favorite type of discount.
Love it.
It's like up there with one of the top reasons to get married is so you can use your husband's email, your husband's work email, and get more first order discounts.
Do you know email addresses are free? Like, did you know that?
Yeah, but
Like, I don't know if you knew that. Like, Shep went out. It's like, I need to find love. I have to find my partner.
Love at first email.
Love it
That
first
can be the
email.
next show.
but that is the last resort. Like,
It's
you don't want to have to keep up with all those emails. And you need a phone number. You have to pay for another phone number. You
Google
know?
Voice is free. Spin up a new number.
It's so much easier to get married.
I disagree. I highly do not recommend that option.
Reason number 2, so they can print things for you at work.
in color.
We have printers at workshops.
That is not true.
We cannot tell him.
I cannot lie. We have printers in every
Really?
office that work and
This
print.
is to this show. Please.
I've never
Earmuffs.
seen the printer here.
There is no printer.
I've never seen a
They
printer.
it's in Rochester only.
Yeah, sorry.
I just printed a ton of stuff for my Odyssey of the Mind team on the Buffalo printer last week.
No, you didn't. Please stop lying. We're an environmental company. We don't support paper. There's no paper in the building. It's not allowed.
We have
Okay?
lots of paper everywhere.
in the Rochester office.
And
Not here.
Yes.
I've never seen it here.
Get married. It's great.
Don't.
Google Ads has a new text field when you're setting up a campaign where it says, tell us about your campaign during campaign creation. So this is like when you're setting up a new campaign, you have to pick what your goal is, and then it pushes you into PMax every time. Now you can type that out, tell us about your campaign, and I'm sure it'll still push you into PMax.
Right.
But it's like free text and uses AI. So,
Interesting.
they say they make it easier than ever
Mm-hmm.
to set up a PMax campaign. Google is expanding shopping ads to 15 new European markets, including Cyprus, spelled differently than Cyprus North. Rookie mistake a lot of people make.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, Brom Vander Corner from Brom Vander Halen. He has 5 new meta ads updates that we need to know this week. Starting in March, which is now, it's almost over, finally.
Thank God.
The Facebook feed ad placement and meta ads will include the Friends tab, which is a new thing. We've talked about it in social before, where you can see things from only your friends. So now you could have ads show in that Friends feed. Also, Meta released a new Meta Pixel template for Google Tag Manager. The latest version also supports GA4 e-commerce from the data layer. Track your heart out. They added new filters when creating Facebook and Instagram retargeting audience, so you can add frequency filters and specific time frames. You can target WhatsApp people even if they don't provide their age, if the age is unknown. And Manus, or Manus, or
Anus.
how Greg pronounces it, has a new connector for Instagram's creative marketplace. From Remy Kurhoas, this is what Greg called the French story when he gave it to me. OpenAI has hired an ad exec from the Meta Ads team, David Dugan. I hope it's a better ad platform, and he's just there for other reasons, but
To be fair, when I read the story and it came across my feed, it said translate, and I translated, and it's like, oh, they're actually trying. OpenAI is trying.
Mhm.
They've got a big fish here on the platform. When I put it in our show notes here, I don't think it was able to be translated. Do you have a
Why?
translate button?
yeah,
Oh, you do? Okay.
it just took me a while to find it.
Okay.
And it's not every day on Marketing O'Clock, where you get a French story. So
You're French presenting, though, I feel like.
me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so kind.
Yeah. Like
I feel like-
Mademoiselle-esque.
Yeah.
I actually asked my children last night if they thought I'd ever make it to Paris. They
Ever?
said no.
Oh,
You're going to make it to Paris? Why wouldn't you go?
yeah.
Paris is sorry, French listeners, earmuffs. It's a toilet. You don't want to go to Paris.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But I heard about the bread vending machines.
No,
I was
you can-
interested.
What?
No, you don't want to go to
Get a
Paris.
baguette from a vending machine.
Come on. Let's get that at the New Rochester office.
Let's get that. But as long as I don't have to go to Paris, I'm okay.
No, let's bring Paris.
Went to Paris
Rochester.
once, one time too many. Go to Switzerland or someplace cool.
The source of the story was French. So,
Remy, yeah.
but David
Not
is
French.
not French.
Remy.
Just
No.
to be clear. But he probably loves baguettes too.
Remy's great, though. Good follow.
Oh my gosh, he's been following me since 2024. I better follow him back.
Celebrity.
Ooh.
Oh. From Barry Schwartz, Google is going to start highlighting quality issues related to vehicle ads in Merchant Center beginning mid-April. And finally, Google Ads API version 23.2 is now available. Knock yourself out. And that is it for paid. What's happening in organic?
All right, we've got a lot of news here, starting with Google Search Live expanding globally where AI mode is available. So Google Search Live, you can use the app and you can talk to it and show your screen. I think the example they used was somebody took a picture of a videoing a garbage truck and it's like, is that a Lamborghini? Google's like, no, that's garbage truck. So you could do that too.
What would we do without
Or you
that?
could just use your brain.
Yes, you
Ask a
could.
2-year-old.
You could do that too. But it's going to be in more than 200 countries and territories now. Also, Google has launched TurboQuant,
I hate it.
the new compression algorithm that reduces LLM key value cache memory by at least 6x and delivers up to 8x speed up with zero accuracy loss. Basically, it's going to make things faster. And the moral of the story why we're reporting on it is Gemini is taking the lead in the AI side of things and is something that Google will monetize, not in the near term. They said that, but in the long term, it's going to be monetized. It's going to be the best. It's going to be better than anything else out there. ChatGPT is struggling so much they have to divest in Sora. All right, and Google Ads expands its loyalty program. This really probably should have been a Shep article, but I'm going to do it here. So there are a few things that you can now do with this expansion. The first thing is you can highlight key perks. So let's say you just got married and you have member pricing and you're already a member. You need another person to be a member. You can now show that member pricing to display those discounts for members.
Get married.
Yeah, get married. Don't. You can also expand local and regional visibility. So loyalty annotations are available for local inventory ads and regional shopping ads, allowing you to promote in-store or region-specific member benefits. And it's also being expanded out to 14 different countries: Australia, Brazil, Canada, France, Germany, many more. Okay, next, there is a very strange looking block of citations at the bottom of AI overviews. This was spotted by Sachin Patel. And in his search, it was seemingly for some sort of medical terms. There was the AI overviews, and then you could expand, and there are links. Big blue boxed links here. I don't know if this is a bug. It seems like it's like Google wouldn't do this, but hey, I'll take it. It kind of looks strange. It looks like this giant wide buttony kind of thing, but
I feel it looks like a mobile thing that is on desktop.
I know. I feel like it looked like ads used to when there's like backgrounds behind them. Okay. Wikipedia is banning AI generated text in articles with 2 exceptions. But Wikipedia administrator Chaotic NB. Is that how you say the name?
I don't know.
Chaotic NB.
Is that someone we know him? Her?
Yes.
Okay.
Chaotic NB, if anybody watches that show Age of Love, Life Attraction, do you know that show, Lexi?
Age of Attraction.
Yes.
Yes.
You could I think that the guy that was 60,
Mm-hmm.
that was super creepy,
Mm-hmm.
good name for him would be Chaotic NB.
Agreed.
because he was chaotic.
Mm-hmm. He was not at the top of my list.
Not a good guy.
No.
Anyway, you cannot use LLMs, any type of AI at all, with the exception of if you write something by yourself, you can use AI to just proof it. And then the other exception is that if you have translations. So I think it's cool to see Wikipedia being like, hey, this is human edited. I think they could add a third option in there to be like, hey, if you want to make an ad to get somebody to donate, yeah, use LLMs and use Jimmy Wales's face any way you want. But no AI there. From Emmanuel Flossier, the man with a million hats over on YouTube, he found something new for merchants. And the documentation is about out of stock items that the buy button must be grayed out on your product landing page, that you have to make sure that your availability in your Merchant Center feed matches your product data. And then the buy button must be grayed out on your landing page. And I think they said that it can't be clickable either. So just a note there. And I've got a new segment, AI Com Corner. We're talking AI, we're talking commerce. AI Com Corner. Love it?
No.
Love it?
It sounds like CALM.
Calm corner.
Oh, well, you're going to need to be calm for this
corner.
news. It's actually good news. And first up, Shopify merchants will be able to sell in ChatGPT starting last week. And Manalai Fazeli has a X post up there explaining it all. Basically, your PDP, your checkout, customizations, no extra setup. AI's new front door to commerce, according to him, and Shopify is what's behind it everywhere. So another perk of being within Shopify is that you can now sell in ChatGPT. Good luck with that. Coming soon. And Glenn Gabe is talking about new features for Gemini. Google and Gap are launching a way to purchase on Google Gemini.
We're like a better Gap ad than those like dancing girls
right?
today.
All right. So according to the Gap chief technology officer, Sven Gerjets, he says, Gemini's approach to agentic shopping allows retailers to have better control over shopping experience than OpenAI's ChatGPT, whatever. So you can now try to buy in Gemini, at least on the Gap and Gap Flex technology. And then Stripe, the programmable financial services company, this might be like a shots fired to Shopify, announced is bringing a new checkout experience to Facebook that will enable buyers to purchase products from businesses like Fanatics and Quince in one click, whether from a business's website or within the app after clicking on an ad. The experience uses buyers' saved credentials in the Meta wallet, and the agentic commerce protocol underpins this new purchasing flow. And just to put a little damper on those three stories here, from Search Engine Land, after testing 200,000 items in ChatGPT, Walmart found sharply lower conversions and will switch to use its own integrated shopping experience. Apparently, the traffic or the in-chat purchases converted at 1/3 of the rate within ChatGPT than if they made it to the website. So it converted 1/3 of the rate.
I feel like that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Are we surprised? It's a research, and then you go to the website.
I guess I am a little surprised. I would see that if it was like a strange retailer and you're like, I don't know if I trust this, but to be like, what's the best budget camping tent? And they're like, here's this Ozark Trail thing that's cheap from Walmart. I could see it doing it, but also like, I've never seen the shopping experience. I know they pulled it because of the tax issue, along with other things, and it not working and them not thinking
They
through
forgot
everything.
about the taxes if you didn't listen.
Oh, right.
But
Of
yeah,
course.
but like I don't know. I would do it if it's a retailer I know. I guess.
Not if you got double click to pay on your Apple Pay.
Mm,
And
Okay.
that gets me.
I'm lazy.
Okay. Clip that. All right. And in Thanks I Hate It news from TechCrunch, WordPress is now letting AI agents write publish posts, and more. With these new capabilities, websites can almost entirely be created and run by AI agents controlled by humans. It lowers the barrier to setting up and maintaining websites. It may also help fill the gap with content no longer written by people but by machines. And I once heard somebody proudly proclaim, "I am lazy." And this is a great tool for those people. Also, you may actually have consequences, people. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do it. At launch, AI agents will be able to approve, reply to, and clean up comments. I actually think that's helpful. I don't think the reply to, but clean up comments. Dear God, WordPress needs that. Create, rename, restructure categories and tags across the site. Fix alt text, captions, and titles to improve the site's SEO. Good luck. And then one other note with this. Any of the changes are tracked through the site's activity log according to WordPress. So good luck. Thoughts and prayers if you do this. All right. That's it in organic. What is happening in the world of social, Lexi?
So first up in social this week, a jury recently found that social media platforms are addictive and can have significant health impact on users. This is personally no surprise to me or my screen time on my phone. But this trial in California took place and the plaintiff alleged that the platforms are equally as addictive as cigarettes or digital casinos. Neither of which I have participated in.
Oh, me neither.
You've never been in a casino?
Digital casino?
Oh.
I have to set some boundaries.
I'm
on my
above the
phone.
influence.
So Mark Zuckerberg testified along with a lot of other representatives, and the conclusion was that Meta will pay $4.2 million and YouTube will pay $1.8 million for these
Damages.
Yeah.
Do you know, did it say in the story if Mark Zuckerberg wore his chain to testify?
I'm curious. I wish they gave us the details like that. I
Please
feel like that's
report
what the
back.
people want to know.
Lexi,
Yes, Greg.
honest opinion on my chain.
Okay.
What do you think?
Take it out.
So
See it.
Take it out.
So this might be biased, but I am a fan of it because it originated, if we recall, when you borrowed my necklace.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, wow, look at me influencing people. So
Yeah.
I'm biased to it because I'm like, I basically started a trend.
I think for some people they're great. For you and Mark Zuckerberg. Sorry.
So,
You're
yeah,
not
I dressed
Italian.
as Joe Burrow for our fantasy football draft.
Right.
Lexi actually dyed my hair, I put a little bonnet on my head.
very
Lexi pulled all the hair through. And then I feel like I just needed a nice little piece to show my swag.
To keep with you. Yeah.
And I took the necklace right off of your neck
Mhm.
and put it on mine.
You asked permission.
Yes.
I did ask permission.
Can you imagine? Next up in social, and possibly the biggest update for me personally, Instagram now allows users to rearrange carousel posts anytime after publishing.
Wait, I'm sorry. After publishing?
Mm-hmm. You can go back anytime after you post it and rearrange the pictures.
Could you even do it before? I didn't know you could do it before posting. This is news for me.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I'll show you after. Yes. So previously, when you posted in the carousel format on Instagram, you could post up to 20 photos at once. But once you posted it, that was it. They were set in that order. According to Instagram, this has been a highly requested update.
Yes.
And it'll give users more flexibility and control over their content. Quote, your post always reflects your creative vision. I love this because I will personally be doing some redecorating on my feed.
Yes.
You still are not able to add or remove photos from the carousel post, but sometimes you just want to switch up the order. So I'm personally really excited about this. I think it's a great
I love
change.
it.
Do you guys remember when Mark Zuckerberg dressed up as Benson Boone
It's the best day of my life.
for his wife's birthday? That was the present he got her.
Is this your way of telling us you're going to come as Benson Boone next week?
No, I do not want people to forget that.
Happy birthday, my darling wife. Let's make it about me.
Here I am in a jumpsuit leotard. Let's go.
Peace and blessings, Priscilla. Imagine she just got married like for the email address and now
She was just trying to get some free promotions. Now she's like, whoa, what's this about? Last week, X announced that it would be updating its revenue share incentives in order to give more weight to impressions from each user's home region. So Nikita Bear, the platform's head of product, stated the new approach is to prompt creators to start building an audience locally and improve regional engagement. Some people did like this. Other people were very mad, saying they will have to significantly change their content strategy. So Nikita posted, and very shortly after, Elon Musk said, just kidding, guys, and paused moving forward with this until further consideration. So we almost had an update to share, but Elon said no.
and I
So
feel
it's
like
paused right now.
that's it. Like, just don't change things
So
based on what X says.
That's the thing.
because they're a mess.
Right. And I'm just curious on the miscommunication. Like, I'm a pretty indecisive person, I would confidently say. If I was in charge of like posting something for Cypress North, I would probably check in with one of you first. You know?
Me?
Yes, Queen. Are you kidding? Like, I would probably check in with an adult. Like, I wouldn't just be posting things. So I don't know.
They got to figure it out.
They gotta do some work.
Thank
but-
you for thinking I'm an adult.
Of course. Next up, Meta is adding more tools to help businesses drive in-app sales. So earlier this month, Meta had expanded its affiliate program to more creators, and it's now adding even more brand partners to these promotion options. So initially, they partnered with Amazon and Shopee for these links, and now they're adding products from eBay and Temu. So this will give creators more monetization opportunities, and brands are able to disallow links within creator content if they choose. In addition to this, Meta said they will begin testing similar experiences on Instagram coming this spring, and they will be adding product links in Reels. They're trying to make it easier for people to purchase directly on Facebook or Instagram by providing AI overviews of common product questions and an improved in-stream checkout experience. They said to start, the payment options will be PayPal and Stripe. I'm personally a Venmo girl, so I don't think I will be participating quite yet.
Okay, like I said,
That's
I'm
true, the
lazy.
double click.
Mhm.
But I am excited about this, opening it up to arguably like smaller brands. I'm an Etsy girl through and through, so I love support small businesses. I'm here for
You're
it.
so giving.
Thank you. I try. Instagram is adding an AI transition option for your image-based stories. So, as stated by Instagram, you can use AI transition to create seamless video from multiple photos in your Instagram story. So, instead of just sharing pictures in a carousel or slideshow, AI will generate a video that will appear on your story. In order to use this feature, you must agree to the Meta AI terms. Right now, it's just an option on the story feature, but have no fear because you can download the story and then upload it as a reel. I personally will not be participating in this, as I've seen several AI generated videos of myself and have been scared to my core.
Yeah.
Um,
We need Sora, like I said.
yeah, if I want a video of me, I will be taking it myself, and sometimes even that's too much. So I will not
don't
be,
want a video of me.
I really
That's
don't. I posted the pictures for that reason.
Right.
So curious to see how this will play out. Last up in social, the team from Amplify recently conducted an experiment to determine what helps improve overall engagement on Reels in Meta and Instagram. The experiment found several key data points, but the biggest being that humans boost engagement. What a crazy concept. Oh my gosh. So the study showed videos with human speech in them perform better than those with music, with a 10-second retention increasing almost 25%. Also, not really a surprise, the study found that videos perform better when there are actual humans included in them. So, sorry, Watermelina, but videos do better when there's real people in them. And then seamless looped videos are noted to increase engagement rates and replay rates. I would personally take this with a grain of salt because I accidentally watched those videos like 1,000 times because I think they're not over yet. So I think something is going to change. And mind you, I'm just watching the same video for 5 minutes and I'm like, no, something's coming. It's not.
One time I dropped my phone in my car and there was some TikTok looping and I heard it like 1,000 times.
That's the worst.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
And that brings us to our real life segment, straight out of our accounts and into your ear holes. It's time for Working Hard or Hardly Working, where we talk about what's going on in our IRL work, good, bad, or otherwise.
This is kind of a hardly working. I'm loving the text guidelines. And actually, this was kind of inspired by you, Lexi, for AI Max and PMax. But I wish you could do it the other way.
Yes.
Like, I don't just want to say negative things to avoid. I want to say, sound smart.
Be better.
Sound like a girl boss.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yes.
Like good things.
Yeah, glass half full, not glass half empty.
Or this is my business. This is what we do. We're experts in this. I think that would be really nice.
Right.
To be able to steer the automation rather than just say to avoid things.
Totally agree.
What about you?
Working hard for me this week, similar as inspired by you, what we're doing with our client is Google Ads Editor. So we are currently working on uploading a lot of new ad groups, each with their own individual ad. The campaigns that we're adding these to have ranged from like 3 ad groups up to 20 something. And so when I've been uploading them in, sometimes I can just pop into Google Ads, do it directly. But when there's a lot I need to do, Google Ads Editor, it's just super useful. All you have to do is upload it into a certain template, you download it, and it's great. I also do really like Google Ads Editor because it alerts you right away if you have errors. So sometimes when I miss something, they catch me for it. So working hard for me. Greg, what about you?
Something working hard for me and also hardly working is a bid strategy type within Google Ads accounts. And it's called maximize conversions or maximize conversion data. We do free audits. If you want a free audit, you can head on over to marketingclock.com. Underneath contact, you get a free audit. It's only 30 minutes, but I run through, just did one. And I just think a lot of people don't know how maximize conversions works. If you have a really, really, really low budget and you're trying to get started, maximize conversions is great. Usually we like to go to a target so we can expand, contract, and have roughly the same performance. But if your budget is too high, it just does not work well. It does not work well. It is not efficient, and you are leaving money on the table. And I just don't think people actually understand the problem with maximize conversions and maximize conversion value. So it can work. Keep that budget low.
Now it's time for this week's ICYMI.
ICYMI, people.
This is something you just might not have seen. Maybe something that you overlooked, but you shouldn't have.
ICYMI, people. PPC Survey's list of top 50 PPC influencers was released last week. We have been waiting, and we have a new face as number 1. Couldn't be more thrilled for Jill Saskingales.
Let's go. Let's go, Jill.
Love to see a lady at the top of the list. She has worked so hard, entrepreneur, and her whole game is like educating the community and sharing all of her insights with others. So there's nobody more deserving.
Everything she has, she just gives away. You can just get all of her insight.
She's so giving. And, you know, a Canadian atop the list. Exciting times.
Yeah. I mean, I'm personally really excited about number 27, number 36 on the list.
Thank you.
Yeah. Our very own guys, Greg and Shep, are on the list. This is so cool. This is like full circle for me because when I like first applied here before I even interviewed, I like was watching Marketing O'Clock because I was like, I need to get like a feel. And then I interviewed, and you guys were both on my initial interview, and here we are, like 2 years later. So this is so
beautiful.
crazy. Yeah. So, anyways, in case you missed it, among 2 icons here.
Yeah. So many amazing people on the list. Make sure you check it out and you're following everyone. There's also a lot of amazing people who aren't on the list, to be fair. So
For sure.
just be out there.
Now it's time for our must-read marketing article of the week. An article so advanced, so in-depth, so detailed that we simply cannot cover it in its entirety on today's show.
This week's must-read marketing article comes from John Lovett over on Sear Interactive, and he has an entire article about LLM ghost citations, why your content is working and your brand isn't. Goes on to define what a ghost citation is: when your content is trusted enough to be sourced, but your brand isn't well known enough to be mentioned. It's got a lot of great stats as to what industries see more of these ghost citations. And then it has a fix for you, which is like what we need, right? When people make these articles, have some tangible takeaways. And John has 3 different layers that you can implement to try to increase your brand mentions and stop getting those ghost citations. You're going to have to read the story to check it out. So sign up to our newsletter, newsletter.marketingclock.com. And he calls ghost citations the newest GEO metric that you need to track. So fantastic article, fantastic way of thinking. Thank you, John.
And now on to our playlist of curated songs to work to. You can head over to playlist.marketingoclock.com to listen to Marketing a Playlist. I will be adding He Could Be the One by Hannah Montana.
Absolutely, yes. Love that. I will be adding, for her first time on this playlist, I did some research, Revolving Door by Tate McRae. If you know me, you know this is to be expected. Greg?
I'm going to go with Don't Let Me Go by MGK.
All right, that does it for today's show.
It is now officially not Marketing O'Clock.
Thanks for listening.
We miss you already.
We can't wait to see you next week.
Thanks for listening to Marketing O'Clock. If you're looking for more information on today's topics, head over to marketingoclock.com/newsletter to receive every single article we covered. We share the news as it breaks in our Discord community. Head over to community.marketingoclock.com to join.